started with the topic chemical thermodynamics. We studied the introductory part in which we studied definition of thermodynamics and limitations of thermodynamics. Then we started with the common terms that are used in thermodynamics. The first term that we studied was system and surrounding. The second term that we studied was types of system, which are open system, closed system and isolated system. The third term we studied was properties of the system. All the properties of the system have been classified into two categories. Number one, extensive properties, and number two, intensive properties. The next commonly used term in thermodynamics is state function. In the last session, I told you that every system is associated with a large number of properties. Out of these properties, pressure, volume, temperature, and the amount of matter, number of moles. These are the basic properties of any system. These basic properties of the system are the fundamental properties of a system. These fundamental properties of the system can be measured. So they are called as fundamental measurable properties of a system. These fundamental measurable properties of the system are known as state function. They are known as state variables. So what are state variables? State variables are fundamental measurable properties of the system. Which are those? Those are pressure, volume, temperature and number of moles. Now, I have drawn a system on the board. Now I want to explain you the system. See how I will explain the system. My system consists of n moles of an ideal gas enclosed in a cylinder which is fitted with a piston which is movable, frictionless and rigid. The temperature of the gas is T, the pressure of the gas is P1 and the volume of the gas is V1. So, while describing any system, what do? We indirectly mention the state variables, that is the fundamental measurable properties of the system. So, to explain this particular system, I specified the state variables as P1, V1, N and T. This is a known set of state variables of a system. This known set of state variables of a system describes the state of a system. Here I have indicated the pressure P1 and volume V1. So let us assume that the system is in state 1. But when the pressure of the gas is P1, volume is V1, number of moles is N and temperature is T, the piston is in position A. When the piston is in position A, I say that the system is in state A, state 1. Now, let me change the position of the piston from A to B. No reaction is carried out in the cylinder. So, gas remains the same. Number of moles of the gas remains the same. Temperature remains the same because I have not changed the position of the cylinder. But now, since the piston has moved up, the pressure changes from P1 to P2 and volume changes from V1 to V2. Due to the change in the position of the piston, what has happened? The values of the state variables, some of them have undergone a change. Now, the new state variables of the same system will be pressure is P2, volume is V2, number of moles is N and the temperature is T. This is also a known set of state variables. It also describes the state of the system. Now the state of the system described by this set and the state of the system described by this set will be different because the elements of the set, two elements of the set have changed. Okay, so now the system is not in state 1 but now say it is in state 2. Due to change in two state variables, what has happened? the system's state has changed, means the system has undergone change in state. So if I ask you, when does the system undergo change in its state, then your answer should be when any one or more state variables of a system changes, then we say that the system undergoes change in its state. Now I am taking the same system. Only thing is that I am specifying the values of two state variables. For example, pressure is 1 barometer and volume is 2 barometer. Now why is pressure 1 barometer or why is volume 2 dm cube? Because the piston is in position A. If the piston was in some other position, the value of pressure and volume would have been different. That means the value of pressure and the value of volume depends on what is the position of the piston, what is the current state of the system. Now the pressure is 1 barometer. Was it initially 5 barometer and then I have decreased it to 1 barometer, or was it initially 0.5 barometer and then I have increased to 1 barometer? The value of pressure has to do nothing with this. That means pressure is a property whose value depends on only current state of the system. Its value does not depend on how the system has come to this current state. Such a property is known as state function. Similarly, consider volume. Since the piston is in position A, the volume is 2 dm cube. If the piston goes to some other position, the volume is going to change. But in this current situation, in this current state of the system, the volume is V2. How that volume has become 2 dm cube, that is none of our concern. That means whether I have decreased the volume to get it 2 dm cube or I have increased the volume to get it 2 dm cube, it has to do nothing with it. So the value of volume depends on only the current state of the system. It does not depend on how the system has come into the current state. Thus, state variable whose value depends on only current state of the system, it does not depend on how the system has come in the current state, is known as state function. Most of the properties of the system depends on the current state of the system. So they are called as state function. But there are certain properties of the system which do not depend on the current state of the system, but it depends on how the system has come into the current state. Now the manner in which the system comes in a current state or changes the state is known as path. So there are certain properties, there are certain state variables which depends on the path followed by the system in order to come in the current state. Such properties are known as path function. Remember two important examples of path function. Number 1, work, and number 2, heat. So we have seen path function and state function. So what is a state function? It is a property whose value or magnitude depends on the current state of the system. It does not depend on how the system has come to the current state. But path function is a property whose value depends on the path followed by the system to come to the current state. And such properties are work and heat. Thank you. Please like, comment and subscribe for the further videos.